big city owns, public speaker, a teacher, and a lifestyle enthusiast. I'm proudly African, I'm holding down for Africa, traveling, and Africans. Why it is so difficult to travel from Africa? As in, it's very, very difficult to travel out of this continent. Why? Is it so forsaken that Africans can't travel? So we're going to look at why is it very, very difficult for Africans to travel to other parts of the world. Okay, I'm holding down for Africa, African. Okay, this program, this edition, or all my channel activities is basically for the redefinition of the African people. Africans are good people, Africans are trustworthy people, you can rely on them, they are hardworking people anywhere you find them. Okay, that is for that. So let's go straight to the topic of today. Why is it so difficult for Africa to travel outside this continent? The first thing we want to look at is the immigration system. Now, every nation has a particular immigration system set aside to fulfill certain obligations for immigrants coming to their country. Now, it means that there are certain rules, regulations, there are conditions that somebody must meet before you get into their country, before you can be approved, you can get a visa to get into those countries. However, there are complexities, there are some form of some complexity that is beyond someone's understanding, because sometimes you can even fulfill all the righteousness, yet visa will be denied. Okay, now we're looking at the immigration system of different countries, and that is one of the first reasons why Africans find it very difficult to travel abroad, because a lot of them don't meet up the requirements. Some meet up the requirements, some have passport problems, some have so many challenges and the rest of it. So that is what the immigration system, just like I said, different nation has different immigration system, and those different systems that affects African actually boils down to the fact that Africa is coming from an economic downturn system. Basically, almost all the African countries have economic challenges here and there that is pushing all their people, their citizens, out of the continent to around the world. That is one. Now, currently, there are 4 countries or 5 countries in Africa that are just top ranking. You have Seychelles, you have Namibia, you have Botswana, you have Turkey. They're having high ranking in the strength of their passport. Now, in my subsequent edition, I'm going to be doing something on the strength of a passport. The strength of your passport. What is the strength of your passport? The strength of your passport will determine how fast you can get a visa. Countries like Japan, United States of America, France, Switzerland have strengths. There's something we call global passport ranking. Now, this year's own has been released and Japan has topped the list. United States and France are actually ranking. That means the passport is very, very heavy. Anywhere they put the passport for a visa, you can grant it. However, because of the global ranking of a passport, you can just go, if you are global ranking, you can just pick up your passport. You probably don't need to go to an embassy in that country. They give you a visa at the point of entering that country. That means that passport will have a visa free. You can have a lot of countries that are visa free. Currently, like in the United States of America, has like 75 nations of the earth that are visa free. France has like 72. Switzerland has like 65. That means they don't even have to go and queue in the embassies before they leave. They give them visa at the point of entering that country. That is the power of a passport, the strength of your passport. How many African nations can have such strength? A lot of Africans can't leave their country except the embassy in that country approves of a visa for them. They can't leave. That is what we call the strength of a passport. However, it's still possible if you fulfill all the righteousness and know the power of what? Of your passport. As in knowing that this country, there are some countries like Afghanistan. Afghanistan is currently the lowest ranking passport on planet Earth. That means it doesn't even have more than 3 visa-free nations. Only 3 or 4 visa-free nations. That means those are the only free nations that you can go without a visa and you get visa on arrival. That is so narrow. You have some other countries like Ghana, like Tanzania. They don't have too many facilities, too many countries that can offer them visa before they leave that country. You must have a visa before you leave your country. That is strength of the passport. Just like I said, do not forget to show some love. Press the red button and turn on the notification bell so that you get updated in our subsequent edition. Now, this is the first one. Why is it difficult to travel out of Africa? the strength of your passport. This is part one. The part two is coming up sometime around the year. The third reason why it's very, very difficult for Africans to travel out of the continent. Now, economic reason is part of it. And then Africans are very stubborn. They like to cut corners. Africans like to cut corners. They want shortcuts. What is the shortest cut to get a visa? They cut corners and eventually they fall into the arms of fraudulent people. Those are reasons. And then lastly, you have finance problem. It is very expensive to get out of African continent. It's very expensive. So a lot of African people cannot afford to fulfill the financial obligation of getting a visa, meeting up the requirement, and every other thing that gets to do with traveling. And that is one of the reasons that is why Africans are finding it very difficult to travel out. And then lastly, before I go, another reason why it's very difficult is because there is this rush, like almost everybody in Africa wants to run away from Africa. Why? I don't know why they want to run. We are here and we're holding it down for Africa. But a lot of people still want to travel out of Africa. And because of that, all the embassies, the high commissions around country immigration system are introducing restricted measures for people to get out. Even the government of nations are making sure that people don't run away. They should stay and fight their problem. Why you run away? Stay and fight your problem. So those are the reasons why it is very, very difficult to travel out of Africa. Now, in my short video on why Africans find it difficult to travel is going to be the strength of the passport too. So watch out for that. Okay, big city here, public speaker, teacher, and a lifestyle enthusiast. I'm holding it down for Africa. I'm proudly African. African are wonderful people and hardworking people. I'll see you in the next edition. Boom.